Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Chip, chip, cheerio. Welcome to Buckingham Palace. The royal family is delivering your news, weather, agriculture today. We do have a group shot earlier from Buckingham Palace. The whole team,
picture.
Yeah, the whole team here dressed up. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. We have the corgi, a pregnant Meghan Markle. We have baby Prince George there. He's a little bit larger in real size, much taller in person.
Much taller,
Yeah, and then of course we have the security detail right there in the back. A lot of fun. We have a great Halloween show for you coming up. But first we are going to go check in with our pregnant Meghan Markle, who's taking in some family Halloween fun.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, I am here at the Service Center for the Family Fun Night. Indoor Halloween fun all night long. As you can see, we've got a lot of different inflatables set up here for kids of all ages to have some fun in their Halloween costumes. We are going to have live coverage throughout the rest of our broadcast tonight till 7 p.m. So tune in then. I'm hoping to see some great Halloween costumes. Right now, though, we're going to head back over to the studio and check in with the rest of the royal family.
The City of Lloydminster's Northwest Drainage Channel Rehabilitation Project raised some questions from City Council this week when approving a contingency allowance. On Monday, City Council looked at the 10% contingency plan for the project, equaling over $350,000. Councillor Buckingham asked Council to keep in mind the precedents that they are setting to contract actors to keep their projects on budget.
Let's be honest here, you can have a contingency plan in place for 10%, or you can't. And if you don't, then do the contractors start adding 10% into their bids anyway, just to make sure they're over? I mean, really, it's a tough one.
The Northwest Drainage Channel is one of the city's major drainage outlets that runs from 75th Avenue at Highway 16 Northeast through the city to Neil Lake West. And every Wednesday, Startup Lloydminster hosts a lunch and learn for local businesses, and today was right in line with the Halloween theme. Today, local business owners and entrepreneurs gathered to discuss the scary of starting a business without the boo-hoo. Gordon has been doing these lunches since they started a year ago, and he finds them very beneficial.
There's a lot of very common problems that these people know about, and they identify them, and usually an entrepreneur will fit right into them.
Many people are tentative about starting a new business, and these lunches give them the opportunity to learn helpful tools and network with others. Anything from finances to marketing strategies, they are talked about, and they are paying off.
Seeing the growth in the entrepreneurs that we're dealing with, and you know, seeing them come for maybe 2 months and then to tell us that they had been stalled for a year and not able to start their business, but because of coming and networking and getting their tools back in their toolbox, they were able to actually launch their business.
Anyone is welcome to join the lunch, and all you have to do is call Startup Lloydminster to RSVP. At the Lloydminster Egg exhibition, Pulled Hereford were shown off to the judges to complete 4 of their 4-H club. Our Cassandra Hornsby has more on the history and why this type of cattle is so important.
Originating from England more than 200 years ago, the Hereford is one of the oldest breeds of cattle in Canada. They have high motherly instincts and can be used to raise other cattle for beef production.
They're real docile, like they're real quiet, and they have a lot of mothering abilities, so anywhere there's a lot of cattle, they're used quite predominantly.
Pulled Hereford cattle can be sold anywhere from $2,000 to $200,000, depending on genetics, typical market pricing, and purebred production sales. At mature weight, this cow can weigh 1,600 pounds and will live for 10 to 12 years.
They're quite a hardy cow, so they can handle the cold and heat, so they're quite easy to maintain their body weight, so they need feed during the winter, but every breed does.
Some 4-H members show this type of cattle due to their family's preference and believe locally showing them off will help gain more buyers.
They're the breed that my family's been showing for the longest time, and I enjoy showing the breed. I've been showing them since I was 6 years old, 7 years old, so that's why I'm showing them.
For Primetime Local News, I'm Cassandra Hornsby.
Students at Queen Elizabeth School were in the Halloween spirit today, and as our very own Queen Elizabeth, Michaela Henschel, reports in this week's Beyond the Classroom, the holiday provided an opportunity for some of the grade 6 students to get creative.
From Fortnite to princesses and everything in between, students at Queen Elizabeth School paraded up and down the school hallways, showing off their Halloween best, which for some students is their favorite part.
People seeing my costume because I really like, and I really like seeing other people's costumes too.
They really get into it, get really excited about it, and yeah, they have lots of fun.
The grade 6 leadership students have been busy for the past few weeks planning spooky stations and activities for the rest of the school.
They get to plan all the stations and basically do whatever they want and set up lots of fun activities for Division 1, Division 2 kids at the school. Run them through a bunch of different events and hand out candy and just kind of plan a fun day.
Kids actually will try them, and it's gonna be cool that that we did it and we thought of it.
And the leadership role goes past just today's holiday. Students who volunteer get involved all year round.
Do various things throughout the school, help volunteer for things, plan the Halloween hullabaloo, run the office at lunchtime.
It's cool to be able to help out, help teachers, because they have a lot on their hands, and it's cool to be able to help them.
Michaela Henschel, Primetime Local News.
Beyond the Classroom is brought to you by Lakeland College. Apply to the hairstyling program and take the lead working with clients in the on-campus salon. Lakeland College, leading learning since 1913.
Jackie Moorbutter joins me now, and she's dressed as this great penguin suit that she bought. It's great because you can stick a jacket underneath for trick-or-treating with the grandkids, but tonight she doesn't actually need that as we're inside. She's been a Rotary member for just a few months, 4 months, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So she's new. Why did you want to be a part of Rotary?
I think it's really important to be a part of Lloydminster and to try to help just make the community a better place, and this is one of the big events that we put on every year, and it brings a lot of family and kids to the multiplex to enjoy all the fun activities here. So
we do have a lot of fun activities here tonight. It is open from now until 9 p.m. to come down with the kids. Jackie, share with us a few of the things that we can see here that kids are able to participate in.
There's the rock climbing, and there's all the bounce houses. In the back we have a craft table, we have the go-karts, we have the archery, and we have a new fun game for the kids under 5, which I'm not really sure what that's called, but it's just a little hit the dots type thing. So,
and I also saw some cotton candy and some treats over there as well.
Yeah, everything is donated. We have over 10-15 sponsors, and they provide us the means to have popcorn and cotton candy, and everybody leaves with a candy bag. So.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Jackie. And we're going to have more coming up from down here at Family Fun Night at the Service Center later on in the show. But right now, we're going to check in with Her Majesty, the Royal Queen Elizabeth II for your look at weather.
Thank you so much, Miss Meghan Markle. Currently sitting at 5 degrees here in the border city. We have already dropped down 2 degrees from our daytime high, but still not too bad for those trick-or-treaters. Luckily, we're not in these records, minus 24 back in 1984. And just a year before, they were sitting at 12 degrees. So not sitting there, but unfortunately, but fortunately not in the negatives. As we look to our satellite radar, lots of cloud cover coming in, and here's the precipitation that we could be seeing in through the area tomorrow as it works its way into our area. So no watches and warnings currently in effect, though, which is a good sign. Looking to our numbers, sitting at 7 degrees in Edmonton, 5 in Edson, 6 in Jasper, a little bit cooler as we move down the map, so 5 degrees in Rocky Mountain House, and 7 up in Athabasca, and 4 degrees in Whitecourt. Over on the Saskatchewan side, sitting at 4 degrees in North Battleford, 4 in Saskatoon, 3 in Melfort, 3 degrees in Prince Albert. So really sitting at good trick-or-treating numbers. As we look to our broadcast region, North Battleford currently at 4 degrees. Overnight, we could see some precipitation, -1 for the overnight low. Factor in the wind, it is going to feel a little bit cooler. 5 degrees for the high tomorrow, so still in the pluses there. And then Cold Lake sitting at 6 degrees right now, cloud cover, and that is going to continue into the overnight, -1 there. And then tomorrow, precipitation, we are going to see some rain into the area, 3 degrees for the high. And Lloydminster, 5 degrees, we could see some potential freezing rain overnight, and that could continue into tomorrow with some rain snow mix throughout the day. 3 degrees for the high there. And here's a look at our 3-day. So Friday is when we really are going to see that snow come into play. -1 for the high, -4 for the low, and then Saturday 0 there, -7 for the low. I'll have more details and a look at how much snow we could get coming up later in the show.
Welcome back, everyone, and we're trying to stay in character here. So let's do the agriculture news. Alberta beef producers are voting in a plebiscite across the province to decide whether or not their check-off dollars should be non-refundable. Now, District 8 met in Kitscoty on Tuesday night. If the vote is yes, the money will go towards an industry development fund and as well split between Alberta beef producers and
roughly $1.35 will come to the Alberta beef producers, which is exactly what we retain now after refunds. So we won't actually get any more in our organization per se. The Alberta cattle feeders will get 25 cents per marketing, so that amounts to about $850,000 to do with what they need to do to operate their organization. 40 cents will go into the newly developed Alberta Beef Industry Development Fund.
It's estimated the fund will benefit from about $1.4 to $1.7 million annually. The money will go to beef industry research and improvements.
Well, we talked a little bit tonight about our sustainability projects that we're working on with McDonald's and the Roundtable for Sustainable Beef. Canada was a founding, is on the cutting edge of that initiative. We'll keep working on that. We'll keep getting people trained through the Verified Beef Plus program.
And if producers vote no, there will be no change. Voting closes November 13th, and Zone 8 put forward a resolution that Alberta beef producers move to a single-point checkoff. Resolutions will be tabled at the December AGM in Calgary. Well, getting quality water is key to a good start for our furry friends, and I got to find out that quality water for livestock is a sound investment for another reason.
So a couple years ago, Mark McNinch and I started a small retail business we call Micmac Ranching.
Trent McNabb and his family have about 350 cow-calf pairs, mostly Black Angus. Together with Union Forage, they had the chance to market some forage seed. They have expanded into minerals for the cattle and solar water tubs.
It's a dugout that was dug in a low, kind of swampy area a few years ago, and he's fenced it off so that the cattle can't have access to the dugout. It pumps into a trough.
Ensuring quality water is important for health and nutrition. It begins with keeping the cows out of the slough.
They're not spending as much time walking in it. Possibly if they have full access to it, they have a chance of urinating in it or anything like that. So increased chance of disease. If the water's pumped, it's a little bit fresher.
By reducing illness, the animals gain better body condition. McNabb says the calf gains will pay for the cost of the system over time. His second system pumps water from a well into a trough. This, however, is connected to the grid and serves his cow-calf pairs in the spring. He has seen another benefit.
With that dugout and this one down here, the grass around the dugout and the edges stays vegetative and grown up, so when the snow melts or the rain runs off and runs into the dugout, it has a chance to run through that vegetation, and it's cleaner actually going into the dugout as well as coming out of the dugout.
Cutting down on sickness with calves in the springtime saves producers a lot of headaches. Some of his numerous projects have benefited from the Growing Forward newly renamed CAP programs.
It was around $30,000, but with the Growing Forward program, about $14,000 was paid for. So at that cost, you can justify it pretty quickly. And
well, that's the wonderful world of agriculture. I'm trying to see if I can get our Kate Middleton to stay in character, Elise. All right, she'll join us with the world of sport. Let's check those ag prices.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Thanks, Gerard. I have a terrible British accent, so I will just stick to the sports today. The Rustlers women's basketball is built to defeat in multiple ways: toughness, finesse, and versatility. One of the keys to that success lies in their Turkish center, and Josh Ryan has more in the squad's tall edition.
The Rustlers have had a lot of success recruiting international players, but Bilge Topaloglu has a skill set rarely seen at the post-secondary level.
She shoots it really well, passes it really well. She can score in the paint, she can rebound, so we can kind of put her anywhere on the floor to expose the matchup.
Topaloglu came from Turkey last year to play for the University of Regina, but had limited court time due to injury. In coming to Lakeland to adapt to a different style of play, she's found a family with the Rustlers.
We have a nice team, like we are a close team with each other, like we love each other. We have so many stuff together.
Elsie on 2 and 2. Elsie.
Everyone is like taking care of each other, like we have our bags and that stuff. Like I love it.
The only group I've had this tight is probably the 24-0 group, so we're making huge strides, and for her to come in with a little bit of an English barrier and fit right in and be hanging out with the girls, it's a big thing, and it's making her feel comfortable in our program.
Adjusting to Canadian basketball has been a challenge at times, particularly playing at a higher pace.
In Europe, for example, we are playing more set plays, like chill with the ball. But like here we are running up and down. And I was not in a good shape before I came here, and like right now I'm trying my best to run with the team up and down.
Now, a few weeks into the season, King says the next step for Topaloglu is imposing her size on both ends of the floor.
We want her to be more physical. We want her to rebound more and really in a way, intimidate teams coming into the paint.
And doing so fits with what her goals are for the season.
I just want to dominate the league this year. I show myself, it's my career goal, because I'm playing here for 5 years in Canada, and after I want to go and play again professional.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
And it is filling up in here. There are families and kids of all ages. How many people are we expecting out here tonight at the Service Center?
Well, we usually expect anywhere from 800 to 1,000 to come through, and it's looking like it'll get that point. Usually around 6 o'clock this place is packed, so I'd encourage people to get down here as soon as possible.
And do you find a lot of people are going out trick-or-treating and then they're stopping in here?
Oh yes, yeah, my daughter, that's what they're up to tonight. They'll go trick or treat for a while, come down here for a couple hours and enjoy whatever they can here.
So it's nice and warm in here. We've got bouncy castles. There's a few other blow-up items for the kids. There's candy, popcorn, cotton candy. There's some go-karts going on. We've also got some inflatable sumo suits. Something really for all ages. Isn't that right, Tyler?
Yeah, there is. Well, we just had some high school kids in the human soccer balls, and then we have the small, tiny ones in the blow-up castles. So there's something for everybody, you bet.
And I know tonight it's a free event for everyone in the family.
Exactly, yeah. We cover total expenses with sponsorship, and it's just a free night for the kids to come and enjoy themselves.
And when did you say we're going to shut down tonight?
This runs from 5 till 9, so at 9 o'clock, that's when we have to start cleaning things up.
Perfect. Well, there's been a whole bunch of different kids going by and lots of different costumes. I saw an elephant, I saw a Tigger, I've seen a family of Marios. So make sure you do come down between 5 to 9 tonight if you are looking to come out and celebrate with your kids. Right now, though, we are going to head back over to the studio and check in with the rest of the royal family to find out what's going on.
All right, they've put the Queen on weather duty today. Look at this shot. Just going to step out of the way here. Look at this decor out at Christina's house. So if you go trick-or-treating there, you're in for a scare, that's for sure. For the kids out trick-or-treating right now, sitting at 7 degrees. This is a great number for those trick-or-treaters out there. 6 degrees in Maidstone, 6 in North Battleford, a couple of 8s in Provost and Macklin, and over in the Alberta side, sitting at 7 in Vegreville, 8 degrees in Edmonton, 8 in Bonnyville, and 6 degrees in Lac La Biche. Great numbers all around. As we look up north, not quite as warm, but still really not too bad. So 3 degrees in Grand Prairie, 4 up in Peace River, 0 degrees in Fort McMurray, 7 in Slave Lake, a -1 up in High Level. And then over on the Saskatchewan side, 0 degrees in La Ronge, 1 in Buffalo Narrows, -5 here in South End, and then -3 in Flin Flon. None of those -30s here for Halloween, which is really nice. You don't get to have to put the snowsuit under the Queen outfit. 8 degrees in Moose Jaw, 6 in Estevan, 7 degrees in Regina, which is my middle name. That is the Queen's middle name. 9 degrees in Lethbridge, 10 in Medicine Hat, 11 in Calgary. And as we look to our numbers for tomorrow, this is when we are going to cool off, but at least we could keep it warm for Halloween. So 3 degrees here tomorrow, 2 in Vermilion, 4 in Vegreville, 3 degrees in Edmonton, 2 degrees in Wainwright, 3 in Provost. And then as we move up the map there, a little bit cooler, 2 degrees for St. Paul tomorrow, 3 for Bonnyville, 5 degrees for North Battleford, and 3 degrees tomorrow for St. Walburg. For the kids going off to school tomorrow, it is going to be a little chilly. So 0 degrees at the recess time. You are going to want to bundle up. 1 degree at recess, and this is when we could see the rain-snow mix start. Should taper off by lunchtime, but only a high of 2 degrees. And then home time, the flurry action could start again, and a high of only 2 degrees there. So you are going to want those snow boots. So we have a 50% chance we could see some on and off flurry action tomorrow. A high of only 3 degrees, -1 tomorrow for the low. And then Friday is when we are going to get the snowfall. Expecting around 2 centimeters, but this is going to go into the evening overnight. -1 there, -4 for the low. Saturday, 25% chance, mostly cloud cover, 0 degrees there, -7 for the low. One of the coolest numbers we are going to see until we get into next week. 56% chance we could see some rain on Sunday, 5 degrees there, -3 for the low. And then Monday, we are into the negatives for the high. So -2 there, -1 on Tuesday, -9 for the low. One of the coolest numbers we have seen in the last few weeks. And then Wednesday to round it all off, -3 for the high and -8 for the low.
Family Fun Night is underway here at the Service Center. Doors opened at 5 p.m. and the kids are busy having tons of fun. It's open until 9 p.m. tonight. The Rotary Club is hosting the event just to get families out and about if they are a little bit worried about the cold. We are fortunate that it is a fairly nice Halloween, and dare I say it, there is no snow as of yet. We've got a climbing wall going on. We've also got some obstacle courses. There's the bounce house. There's pedal go-karts, and there's some games, crafts. We've also got popcorn, some cotton candy, and some other candies to give away to the kids. They are expecting over 800 kids here tonight for the Family Fun Night. And there's going to be lots of fun, so come down in your costumes. There is also going to be a costume contest with judges walking around choosing the costumes as winners, as they go. But lots of fun down here, lots of people coming in for kids and adults, especially if you are looking to get inside and out of the cold as it does cool off later on. So come before or after you're done trick-or-treating. Great for kids of all ages. They've got things for smaller kids, some bouncy houses that some of those little ones would really like, as well as you can see this Velcro wall here that kids are jumping up on to. And I'm dressed up as Meghan Markle, having a great time down here celebrating Halloween. Unfortunately, right now we're going to have to head back over to the studio and check in with the rest of the royal family to find out what's going on.
All right, we are back at Buckingham Palace. We are
Indeed.
not crossing our legs because that is a royal faux pas.
Tuck the ankles,
Yeah,
right?
tuck the
Right.
ankles.
the ankles.
We're learning our royal protocol. Well, we didn't ask a question of the day. Instead, we asked you to send in your Halloween costumes, and they
Indeed,
are wonderful. So let's take a look at your guys' costumes. Look at these superheroes,
Awesome.
super adorable. Thank you for sending that in. Next up, we have, oh, look at
Well,
these
80s workout,
exercise.
looks like. Nice.
Looks like they got a real workout in there too. Awesome costumes, ladies. And then next up we have, oh, look at the Jimmy Fallon.
Nice.
That's a good mask. I was over at Queen Elizabeth School earlier, and a lot of kids had those big masks there.
That's
so
the thing.
super cute. I like the
Impressive.
little Lego guy too.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
awesome.
and then next up, oh, we have a couple of Big Bang characters, Sheldon,
Cool.
and I forget his wife's name.
Amy.
Amy, there we
yeah,
go. All
that's
right,
her
yeah,
Paula.
great costumes there. Next up, we have, oh, here's our 3 police officers from the schools. They were dressed up to take in the Halloween parade at Queen Elizabeth. The school is named after me, and I can't remember it. And then last but certainly not least, look at this cutie celebrating her first
Absolutely
Halloween.
adorable.
Absolutely adorable. All right, so now we're going to show our pets that got all dressed up for Halloween. We have some cute ones. Let's take a look at those. Look at this. This is Pumpkin posing with a pumpkin. This was sent to us by Sylvia. Super adorable. Next up, we have Robbie. Robbie got into a box of decorations there. Got into some creeper crawlers. That was sent to us by Tony. Next up, we have, look at this, Maggie the pumpkin. That was sent to us by Bobby. Very adorable there. And we also have Flash. Flash is skipping Halloween, going right to Christmas. That was sent to us by Tammy.
That's simply outstanding.
Yeah, there we go. And then next up, we have this baby shark. This is Milo. That was sent to us by Hillary. And Hillary also sent her other cat in, which is my favorite photo. Last but not least, her cat, Brat. And Brat is a piñata. I love it. And those were our pets of the day. If you saw your photo here today, you will be entered to win a $50 gift card to Lloydminster's Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
The Family Fun Night is still underway down here at the Service Center, hosted by the Lloydminster Rotary Club. Fun for the whole entire family, kids of all ages. There's a bunch of different blow-up activities. We've got sumo wrestling, bouncy castles, we've got the inflatable soccer, there's a rock climbing wall, there's cotton candy, popcorn, a bunch of fun things. If you've taken the kids out trick-or-treating and you're looking for somewhere to go inside to spend a couple more hours in those Halloween costumes, there's also a costume contest as well, with winners being selected throughout the evening. So bring them on down. It's open until 9 p.m. tonight, and it is free admission. Right now, though, we are going to head back over to the studio and check in with Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II to find out what's going on in your weather forecast.
Well, thank you, my dear Megan. Looking to our 7-day forecast, at least it's good for the trick-or-treaters today because it's not so smooth after this. So 3 degrees tomorrow. We are going to see some on and off rain, snow mixes throughout the day, 52% chance there. Friday is when we are really going to see some flurry action into the evening. -1 for the high, -4 for the low, and then Saturday, not much better, 0 degrees. 5 degrees on Sunday, -3 for the low there, and then Monday is when we start. We're going to be into the negatives as our daytime high. So -2 on Monday, the sun is going to try to peek out. -6 there, -1 on Tuesday, 25% chance we could see some precipitation there. -9 for the low, which is one of the coolest we have seen in recent weeks here. And then Wednesday, the sun is going to try to come back out there, but only -3 for the daytime high and -8 there for the low. So we're definitely, November is coming and it's bringing a winter. And then here's our group shot. Here's the whole royal family in the back, and of course our security detail in the back, because
Josh is my favorite in that picture, I think.
Just him nonchalantly in the back.
Well, I must express my bias. I mean, Megan is coming along splendidly.
Yeah, there you go. You are, yep, that is your wife. So, yeah, your spawn.
Connor's face.
Yeah, and then we have, obviously, it's not a royal family without a royal corgi.
Naturally,
so we had to have the
of
corgis.
course.
So we had a lot of fun doing this today.
We did.
So Halloween is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I saw some really good costumes. I was at Queen Elizabeth earlier today, and they had some really great costumes. So stay with us. We have more Halloween fun coming up right here on Primetime Local News. Stay here on CITL. Chip, chip.